Back at it again, prepping the dash for paint. And I got a ways to go because I got to get the windshield out to be able to get into the, see the dash goes up in there. So also the pillars. So I got to get that dash out or the glass out to finish it. But for now I'm just doing the prepping, pulling all the gauges out, pulling the wiring out, and then after building that and powder coating it and all that fun stuff, we're changing the whole plan. I think I'm gonna fiberglass the gauges here like I did in my El Camino. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna do something right here because this is the defroster vent and this is a center speaker area right here. Another defroster. All this, there's no dash pad, it's cut around, so I might add speakers here maybe. I'm debating on it and doing something with the dash pad, but I have room to do the gauges right here. So most likely that's what's going to happen. I'll fiberglass them in there. And then I have to deal with this again. So I'll probably end up bending this back into position. This normally is like this. So somebody bent it down. Now, luckily it hasn't been cut up. I don't see any cuts, just bent up. So you can bend it back, take a measurement of this. Also in the future, I'm definitely going to build a center console. With the kick panels, you got the vents. So there's really no area to put a decent speaker unless you want to delete those, but those are convenient. My 76 K5 has them too, so I like those. So we're probably gonna keep those. So then what I'll do is I'll put the speakers right here and here. This is not going to be a Pro Street. I mean, I say that now, but so the original plan is going to be just a cruiser, not a Pro Street. So we'll have the entertainment system in here, just clean sounds. So I might do, some highs up here, and like 6.5, 6x9s right here. I like to fit 6x9s. Then I could put like 1,000 of them in the back. There's tons of room. I don't want to cut holes in the doors and all that stuff either. So that's what I'm trying to prevent. So the back doors, I don't know. I could probably do something in that big hole right there. Maybe a 6.5. I'll have to measure it and see what that door linkage right there and that bar. But it's not critical for right now. But like I said, I really don't like cutting unless I absolutely have to. Do have a problem trying to get this dash or this instrument panel out, but I can get it far enough out where I can get paint around it. So I might do that. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying not to mess up the factory wiring. This stuff's all original. Typically when you start unplugging it and forcing it and moving it, it ends up breaking. So yeah, ask me how I know. It hasn't happened in this car yet, but we're trying to prevent it. I do have to touch up with all this where it got hit hard trying to get it in. It is what it is. Still, for my budget, not spending a ton of money. These are expensive. So mine were in good shape, just need a different color. So the original color of this one is kind of a turquoise. For the 66, this is the original color. So it's kind of how you can tell. Here's the doors, how they're more of a blue. 67 doors. You can see the original color, and then you can see the door. Yep. Let me get underneath this dash. I got to get this gauge out, get all the wires out. I already got the other one, and then I have to work on getting this out. Get all this prepped. I can get it all sanded. I could probably even primer it for now. I mean, Better to do something than nothing. I mean, waiting until the last moment to get the windshield out, to me, is a waste of time. I can do a lot of prepping and sanding and all that stuff. So, yeah. Continuing on, got the instrument panel out. So pretty much at this point, I can pre-sand. I don't know how much I'm going to do. Like I said, I'm really stuck on this one because you see the dash goes up underneath the window seal, and I want to get all that painted, so I could prep some of that, or this anyway. Yeah, some sanding, primering, but I could paint the column. We'll see. It's going to be a long process, so this video, it's going to be a while before it posts. So get that done, and then I get the pillars done, then I'll start working on the doors back. So I'm not sure all the different colors yet. I know for sure I've been using the charcoal gray. That's right there. See it on the. So, and black. So I'll be doing a mixture because I got to paint the instrument panel. Those inside, I'm going to keep those black. So then I'll probably do gray, and then I'm doing a custom dash pad, which I'll have a video on that as well. I'll be doing that. Probably gonna be fiberglassing it, custom. And then I gotta decide on the speakers. I think I'm gonna utilize that. I have to measure it. If I could fit like two 5-inch, 5 1/4 and bigger, I'd be happy. This is 2 6.5 would be prime, but like I said, I'd like to have 2 there and 2 on the center console when I build that. I like to run 2 ohms almost every deck in the last decade and a half, maybe 2 decades. I've been running 2 ohms on those, and that handles them all day with no amp. So I've been happy with it. So I'd like to run them in 4s, 4 in the front, 4 in the rear. So we'll do it as I go. It's got all the bare metal spots etch primered. Once that dries up, I'll be bringing in the regular primer. For now, just doing the face of the dash on the lip. So what I'm going to be using, which I've used before, it works real well, is I'll be doing the Rust-Oleum gunmetal gray, and then it'll be 2K clear on top of that. So what makes it nice about that is I can easily, when I get the curve of the dash done, once the windshield's out, I can sand it and blend it, you know, and then when I do the clear coat, I'll come back and do the 2K on the whole entire dash once I get this windshield out and get all this metal sealed up. So we'll go from there. But right now I was waiting for paint to dry. I said etching primer, just kind of put light coats where all the bare metal was after I sanded it all down. You can see the factory primer. Probably pull those clips off. Be a good idea. Did chop the nub off the side. I didn't make it as flush as I wanted, but what I'm going to do is put some JB weld. I got some in there now. Once that dries up, I'll put a second round, make that flush, smoothing it off so at least it don't have that huge kick out. Eventually, I got to change the whole steering anyway, so I'm not trying to put a lot of money into that. So there it is. Got it all primed. Slowly drying. See where it's glossy, it's still wet. Kind of a flat matte when it's done. You can kind of see it there mixed. Yeah, got it all finished up, so that's prepped and ready. Now all I got left is top dash, pillars, and eventually the doors. Long ways to go.